Manny enjoyed me a little too much this weekend. I guess we're live.
Let me just say, first off, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Dolphins pregame show on the FinStanza Sports Network. That's FinStanza. That's Neil Thorough. Great to see everybody here. Let me just say, first off, he's talking about because he was on Manny's show. That's why Manny enjoyed him this weekend. Just wanted to clarify. But first off, Neil, man, it's been a little bit. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's good seeing all you guys again, and good to talk Dolphins football with you guys. Another first game.
Yes, sir. I'm so excited. FinStanza in the house, host of the Bandwagon. He is pulling daddy duty, double duty right now. FinStanza, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, except I'm very disappointed in the two of you. I'm in a hockey rink and I'm wearing Dolphins gear, and you two, you sad, sorry people, don't wear one piece of Dolphins gear on a pregame show. Talking about Dolphins.
Dude, superstition. I try to keep it chill, I try to keep it chill.
I'm the same.
Bobby, your superstition is during the game, not before the game. You have no excuse.
Well, because I know as soon as I'm done here, I got other things to do, and I'm not going to be able to sit down and watch the game. I'm not going to change, right?
Not even a hat, nothing.
Well, my hair is combed. I
don't have any hair, so.
See, that's why. So don't come at me, bro, with your headless hair. But hey, we got a fun show. Everyone, thank you for tuning in. Dolphins pregame show on the FinStanza Sports Network, sponsored by Caneswear, which we're very excited about. FinStanza, you got the hat at Caneswear. There you go, guys. If you want Dolphins gear, any Miami sports team, but this is the Dolphins show. But again, Marlins, Heat, Inter Miami, Dolphins, Panthers, they've got it all. But Miami Dolphins gear. If you want some gear, or you're going down to Florida and you want to wear some gear before the game, or you're just at home in Canada somewhere, or Texas, or in Tennessee, and you want some gear, you can go to www.caneswear.com, order yourself some gear, have them send it to you. So $99. After $99, it's free shipping. Or if you go down to the game, you could go to I don't have it in front of me here. I think it's 2655 South University Drive in Davie, Florida. Caneswear. They got great stuff. Evan, tell them about the stuff. You're the one who was like, Bobby, when you come down here, I'm taking you to Caneswear. Why do you love Caneswear so much?
When you walk into Caneswear, it has this really cool vibe. When you walk in there, it's like the people there are just so friendly and so helpful. But it's just the type of stuff that they have there. They have old school starter jackets. They have they don't just focus on canes. They have everything you might need, from the fact that I'm wearing a Dolphins watch strap. They gave me the wrong size. I came back 3 months later with you, and they exchanged it for me with no hassle. And they're just good people. They remember you. You have points programs. Just a really fun place to be. Anytime, for example, we won 70-20. Within a week, they had a shirt about 70-20.
Yeah, I love it.
The Mike McDaniel shirt. The only shirt I'm hoping they create, because I just want to be a hater, is that Bam is overrated. When they create that shirt, I'll be the first one to buy that one. But besides that, everything is good.
Wait, what did you say?
Bam is overrated. Because that's just my new thing to you and Alex.
Oh, you son of! I thought I heard that. I was like, there he goes. No, color commentary in the house. Aladino, Cap. Great to see everybody. Ben, Ma.
That's what I like about them, though. But that's what I love about them. They're just at Caneswear. They always have the latest and greatest really, really quickly. And if you're looking for something, I've actually called them before and see if they have something. They'll find it for you. If it's something that they can get, they'll get it for you.
So there you go. Mom just asked, I need an iWatch, Evan. Do they have an iWatch band?
I believe they do, yes.
There you go.
They have all the different bands there for all the different stuff I saw. All different sizes, different logos.
Brett's coming in here. Brett, man, you're working and you're coming out Miami Heat right now? What's up, brother? Bam is overrated. Bam is the Wilkins of the Heat. Whoa! Oh. Did you join some jabs this morning? Okay.
I'm just having fun with Bam because I think the team is going to be great.
He's been very good this year.
No, he has been good. But
jumper consistently now. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, dude.
Up all season.
You know what it is? No, because you know what it is? I think the last two times we've gone to the finals, I always just make a joke because we're going to talk football. He's the one guy I wanted to see the Heat, because I cheer for the Heat too. He's the one guy I feel like still needs to be the bigger contributor, and he just in the playoffs he hasn't been that guy. So I'm always going to make that joke until
I
get
wrong. That. No, that's fair. We have to see it to believe it in playoffs. Sure. I agree with you on that. Look, the Bulls. Look, it's a loss. It happened. I know it sucks. It's kind of like that typical Heat where they were up and then all of a sudden they fall behind. Whatever. I ain't too worried about it, Cap. But I feel you, brother. I was upset last night too. But let's talk about why we're here. Dolphins football. The Miami Dolphins, they had a bye week. They're coming off a loss, but it was a damn good bye week, man. Everything kind of fell into place. Look, there's no doubt. Miami, I don't want to say there's no doubt. There's no doubt the Dolphins are going to playoffs. They're first in the AFC East. Buffalo Bills are, 5-5 right now, Evan?
Yes.
Yeah, 5-5. So Miami is a game ahead or 2 games ahead because they're 6-3. The Bills and the Jets are going to face each other this week. The AFC East, I feel super confident about. It's the seeding, and to me, that I was talking about on Fitz Talk yesterday. The seeding is important, Neil. I think Miami right now is in the fourth seed in the AFC. They could easily get the 2 and 1. I mean, not 1, but they can still get the 3-2. It just depends on how it plays out. 1 is still very possible too. So, and it is so important, not just because of having that bye, but home field advantage. The Dolphins are 4-0 at home this year. They're good at home. They need
16-2 in the last 18.
Thank you, sir. 16-2 in the last 18. So you want home field advantage. You want the playoffs coming through Hard Rock, right? So Neil, you haven't been on, brother. I know you've been busy. You've been putting bad guys away. You're like a superhero, dude. You got the baby. Talk to me. You've been watching the Dolphins
I'm
this
still
year.
free, though.
Yeah, you haven't put that guy away yet. That's the Pablo Escobar of Canada. No, just kidding. Neil, how do you've been watching these Dolphins this year? They're 6-3, number 1 offense in football, number 1 offense in almost every category. They're tied for second place in rushing. Defense started off in the 20s, 26. Now they've moved up to 12. How are you feeling about the Miami Dolphins right now, brother? Have they exceeded your expectations? Have they met your expectation? Or are you still like, man, I like what I see, but there's still something I'm missing here?
I think I expected them to – I expected them with the talent that they had to – I mean, I wanted to hold them to a higher standard this year, so I expected them to win the division with the talent that they had, especially after seeing how good their offense was developing early on into the season. I'm hoping that, now that we're getting into November and December, that offense is going to continue at a high level. But I'm very happy, obviously, with what I'm seeing. I wasn't too disappointed with the loss to the Eagles and the Chiefs, just because those are 2 really good teams. And while the way that we lost the Eagles was a bit, unfortunate, I felt like when I was watching the Chiefs game, they really did battle. They were in that game the whole time, and they were just – there are some demons that they still are battling from last season when it comes into play calling and execution that they've got to fix, but I think that is fixable. You know what I mean? So to your point about getting home field advantage, I think it's really important this team gets home field advantage because they just execute better and the timing is better when they're at home versus when they're away in loud stadiums. And I hope that they're able to work on that because obviously we can't guarantee that every playoff game is going to be at home, especially since we lost to the Chiefs. But, if we were to have every playoff game at home, our execution on offense would just be a lot better. And so that's why I agree with you that seeding is really important. But as far as how I feel about the team, I mean, there's just so much talent on offense. And it seems like the defense is finally coming together and at least the secondary is dominant, it looks like. And I wish our pass rush would get home a little bit more, but our secondary is just dominant right now with Ramsey and X there. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing.
There you go. Let me just say, Alexandre Freitas, thank you for tuning in. I saw you ask this. I don't know who said this to the other day, but is anybody doing a live from the first live party in Brazil, São Paulo, Brazil? Not that I know of.
On my show.
Did he say it on your show? Okay, there you go.
Yes, on my show.
So Freitas, look, hey, man, I'd love to learn more. Is that a Dolphins live party in Brazil? Why don't you find me? You can catch me on Twitter or X at Bobby Fins Talk. Shoot me a DM. and let me know what you're talking about, man. Maybe we could. Maybe we'll send you a code and we could do a live show. Maybe I'll have Tati Finstock host that one. She loves Brazil. She loves Portuguese. She loves all that. So maybe we'll do something for that. Dolphins live party. All right, brother. Hey, reach out to me at Bobby Finstock on Twitter. So FinStanza, man. Bandwagon. I heard, I watched some of it, but there were people saying, man, yesterday we had a great show on FinStalk today. Bandwagon the night before was a great show. People were like, dude, you got two great shows in a row. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. It was entertaining. I mean, why not? The Dolphins, you come off a loss with Kansas City. And yeah, it's a letdown because even though the Kansas City Chiefs are those guys, they're the Super Bowl champions. They're the big brother in the AFC. You wanted to win that game. You lost 21-14, but it didn't feel that close. You felt down, but then the bye week happens. And then every team but the Chiefs, because they were off, lost, and it was like, whoa, wait a second. Miami's still right there. That's why we're so excited, not just about after the bye, but going into the second half of the season, because Miami we know how talented they are, but how much of a strong chance they have with this offense, number one in football, with Achin coming back, by the way. And then the defense is starting to come on up. So, FinStanza, man, tell us why Dolphin fans should be excited, or I don't know what the word. I'm trying to think of the word, and forgive me.
Confident.
Thank you. Why should we be confident this second stretch of the season?
I'll explain very easily why. I said this on Manny's show on Bearded Fanatic, and I said it with Danny, and I said it on the Bandwagon. The next 5 weeks should be 5 bye weeks to me. We're facing NFL teams, but for this team, the reason I say this is that we have 6 wins. Last week, we had great joy in the fact that all the teams lost. The teams in our division do not look great, and you've said many times we're averaging 20 points a game when we're facing great defenses, whatever. A lot of the teams we're going to be facing, even if they have great defenses, we can still put up 20 points, and they're averaging a lot less than that. But to give you a perspective about the loss thing, I really thought about this during the bye week. We haven't beaten teams with winning records. So far, people said it was 3, now it's 2 because the Bills lost. But I want to give people reflection. I know we're compared to the greatest show on turf. The year they won the Super Bowl, they did not beat a winning team till they got to the playoffs. They went 7th. They played 16 games, didn't beat one winning franchise. And to give a funny perspective, because not only am I focusing on the Dolphins today, my local team in the Canadian Football League, who is now playing in what we call our championship, which is called the Grey Cup, they had 11 wins in 18 games this year. They went 18 games. They were 11-7, so 18. And they did not beat a winning team in their 11 wins. And then they faced a winning team that had the best record in the league, who tied the record, and they beat them by almost 30 in the semifinals. Anything can happen. You're now at the healthiest of where you ever been. On the defensive side of the ball, in the last 2 weeks, we've gone from the 25th ranked defense to the 12th ranked defense. Neil's talking about getting home. Bradley Chubb has 5 sacks in his last 4 games. Jalen Phillips has 3 sacks in his last 3 games. You have Jalen Ramsey, who's been playing phenomenally well, and he's not even at 100% in his mind yet. X is now going to become a ball hawk. You have Howard, who's back healthy. Long has been coming on strong. Wilkins and Sealer have been sealing the gaps as much as possible. The defense is doing extremely well. Kohu's in his comfort zone. I'm not worried about that on the defensive side of the ball. And Vic Fangio's scheme is finally working the way it needs to. On the offensive side of the ball, the one thing that's been missing in the last couple of games is Devon Achane and his lightning speed. And I made a prediction that he's going to get 3 touchdowns this game, because I think they're not going to play Mostert as well, because he had a knee and an ankle injury throughout the week. He's not practiced well. Wilson is going to be there in the 4-minute offense towards the end of the game. I think this is going to be a game where at home the Dolphins are literally going to realize they're playing against a team wearing dark uniforms in blaring sun in 90-degree heat, where the Dolphins, Tua has a salty look with the cornrows. Tyreek knows how things were left. I made a prediction on the Bandwagon that by the end of this season, Tyreek is going to have over 2,000 yards. Tua is going to be the leading passer, leading touchdowns, leading passer rating, and MVP of this league. And this defense is going to be a top 5 defense before the end of the season. And the reason I say that is because they've already faced 3 tough opponents. They don't have to face their 3 next tough opponents until Christmas. The next 5 weeks should be for them a time for them to just get everything ready, and they should have already solidified their playoff spot by the time they face the Cowboys. And the reason I say this is because we're the healthiest we've ever been. And the fact that we're able to move Liam Eichenberg wherever he needs to be and we somehow survive it. Teron Armstead's healthy. Connor Williams is healthy. Austin Jackson is healthy. We always said we wanted 3 strong linemen who have been consistent throughout the year in terms of blocking. We have those now. Tua is going to be angry. He knows how the last game ended. Tyreek has only averaged about 88 yards the last 2 games. He's not happy with what his stats are. Overall, this team is raring to go. And the fact that Achane is there, McDaniel is going to go to him like crazy. McDaniel, that was his draft pick. Like, of all the picks, he's always said he wanted 1 draft pick. That was his draft pick. His reaction when he got it. This team is raring to go right now. They know this opportunity. They have not had this opportunity to win this division like this since Chad Pennington. And that was not even a great year. They have not had this in 15 years. They're not gonna break down. They're not gonna be stupid about this. There's too much talent on this football team and too many weapons on this football team for them not to be 11-3 when they face the Cowboys.
Hey, I love that, man, and that's all. And it's all true. It's great points. I know the Jets. It's going to be a tough matchup next week. God bless you. I know you're on mute, but I said God bless you because I know you sneeze. I think, or at least unless you're just going.
Thanks, man.
I didn't know. Hey, no, talking about getting home. The sacks, right? The Dolphins defense quietly. And I think that's why even Hank was saying yesterday too, they got to sack, they got to get pressure to quarterback. Quietly, the Dolphins defense, in regards of getting home, have been doing very well this season. And it's not loud because it maybe comes at different parts of the game where but they are 9th in the NFL right now, Neil, in sacks. They have 29 sacks so far in the season. We want to see that today against the 31st ranked offense. We want to see that number climb up. This is why, to me, this game here with the Raiders, I think the defense should have a strong game today. I'm expecting a very good game from our defense because of the 31st ranked offense in football. And go ahead.
Let me just mention, though, I expect today's game, if Fangio likes to focus on one thing and take that away. What did he do last week? He took away Kelsey. On today's game, I wouldn't worry about Devontae Adams. With Aiden O'Connell playing a quarterback, you're not going to I'm not worried about Devontae Adams because if he's going against Ramsey or he's going against Howard, he's not going to be able to torch us. I would focus on Josh Jacobs because the one area I think we all consider ourselves to be the little bit of the weakest link is very often when they give the ball to a running back on the opposition, the defense seems to always give them a 2nd and 4 or a 2nd and 5. I really want them to really close that hole up the middle and do not let Josh Jacobs give us extended drives, because the one thing that has hurt us, Bobby, and you know this because we talked about this so many times, and they've done it okay the last 2 games, is to win the battle of time of possession. They need to win that possession. They need to constantly have the ball. They can't let the Raiders have consistent long drives by running the football. That's the one thing I will be very upset to see if I see it today. I'll be very disappointed if they don't take away Josh Jacobs.
No, absolutely. No. And just the point of reference for the Dolphins defense. Again, they have climbed up. They were started in the mid-20s at the first part of the season. They have moved up the last few games. They are now 12th in the NFL in total defense, 13th in both passing defense and rushing defense. So that is starting to climb up. Rushing defense, they're averaging, the other teams are averaging about 106 yards. So we want that number to still come down. No, do not sleep. Hey, look. We touched on this yesterday. Don't sleep on Max Crosby. Don't sleep on the Raiders defense. They're 18th in the NFL. Their passing defense is 8th in the NFL. Their rushing defense is 29th. That's why I expect Achane and Mozart to eat today. But in sacks, in sacks, they are 13th in the NFL. They have 26 sacks total. In 2 games, the Raiders have had 8 sacks and 16 quarterback hits. Our offensive line, which I have faith, okay, we had 1 week off. Butch Berry's done a very good job. I know Eichenberg's probably starting at right guard. I believe that's what I read.
Yes, he is. Cotton is a left guard and Eichenberg's a right guard.
Okay, that, and he is. Antonio Pierce, there's no joke. I ain't hate on the Raiders, dude. I'm saying don't sleep on the Raiders, but Miami's offensive line has a lot of work to do. You can't sleep on that defensive line for the Raiders. Max Crosby, it's going to be tough. But before we get to that, because we're going to talk about keys to the game. We're going to talk about all that. Achane, again, Miami's still tied second for rushing offense. They're, first in almost every category. We know where they struggle on offense, third down conversions, time of possession. We know that, but every other category, they've been really freaking good. But hasn't it been obvious how much this offense has missed Devon H in the last few weeks? Right? So, Neil, I got to ask you, brother, first off, how impressed have you been with this rookie running back this season, and how much of an impact do you expect from him today and going forward?
I mean, Achane is a massive X factor for this team. I mean, when you get him out in space, you can't catch him. And the way that we've been able to utilize him in the offense has helped everybody else get open too, because the defense has to focus so heavily on him that, complete other sides of the field get open. I'm very impressed with him, and the impact that he's had on this offense, in the short time that he's even played. I mean, if you look at some of the statistics, they're kind of stupid when you think about it. Like, he has more touchdowns than a lot of players, and he's missed, 5 weeks now? He hasn't played since week 4, is it? Or week 5?
Yeah.
And he has more touchdowns than a lot of running backs. Like Breece Hall, he has more touchdowns than him. Like some significant running backs in this league, he has done better than, having missed so many games. Now, the one thing that worries me about Achane, obviously, is his health. I want to see him in the playoffs too, so I'm hoping that we don't run him into the ground early, but I know injuries are something that you can't protect a player from all the time. But I mean, if I do think that Achane is going to not only have a significant impact on this game, but on our season, should he stay healthy for sure. And he just helps Tua. I mean, he takes a lot of pressure off Tua. One thing that I would like to see them do more with Achane is utilize him more in the passing game, because I think that's really going to just take the lid off of what this offense can do. I mean, if you can do more screens with him or some more Texas routes with him, I mean, it's going to be insane. It really is. There's no linebacker that can keep up with him.
What he can do for Tua, to free Tua up when Tua gets in trouble, what he can do for Mostert. Mostert, the last few weeks, he still said, again, Mostert, talking about H and stats, 460 yards, 5 touchdowns, 38 carries, and 12.1 yards per carry in the games that he's played on this season. Mostert, though, has had a strong season. I think he leads the league in touchdowns, but you've seen how much he's missed Devon Achane. He's fumbling the ball. He's the lead back. It's, he needs to have that secondary option. He needs to have a little bit of relief. And this gives Mostert a chance to free up in the passing game. That's where Mostert was getting his bread and butter. Yeah. Achane was the runner. You could use him in the passing game. You're absolutely right. Speed, catching, he's amazing. But Mostert was eating in regards of being the runner and the pass catcher. You got Achane in the backfield. You got Mostert right next to him or on the outside. You could make a lot of it frees up the offense. That's why today I think we're going to see these two guys and we're going to go, dude, I've missed this. I feel like this game with these two guys, we're going to see what we've been missing. But you're right, what he does for Tua, man. But what he does for Mostert, I can't wait to see the second half of the season for Mostert with Achane back. Neil, would you use Achane? This is from Cap for Life, Neil. Would you use Achane on special teams moving forward? Your thoughts?
If I was, it'd probably be on punt, but on punt catching, on punt returning. But I don't know if I would, just because I don't want him to take hits like that.
I'm with you. I would keep Braxton Barrios back there. Let Barrios take the hit. Yeah. Achane's too important, dude, for the playoff run.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Again, hey guys, just a heads up right now. First off, you're watching Miami Dolphins pregame show on the FinStalk Sports Network. You got FinStanza, Bobby Finstock, Neil in the house. FinStanza's pulling daddy duty and show duty, so he is at his son's hockey game, which starts in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, he's about to go get dressed, but I'm helping out. I'm actually talking to a dad who's a big Dolphins fan also, so I was showing him the podcast.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We got some big Dolphins fans around here.
There you go. Yes, sir. Well, of course, it's the Dolphins.
Yeah. Can I just make a point about Achane?
Yeah, go ahead.
What Brett said, and I shake my head, you saw that, you were laughing, is the fact that that was an away game. We're talking home. It's going to be 80 degrees and sunny. You and I were there when it was 80 degrees and sunny. When you're there in 80 degrees and sunny, you saw what that field looked like. It's going to be 95 degrees on the outside of the field. They're wearing black jerseys. It is not going to be fun. So Achane, has a lot to prove because Achan would have had. I think he's probably still in the top 5 in rushing touchdowns. But I think if he would have not been injured, he'd probably be the leading rusher in this league. The way he's going, obviously his average is going to come down, but he's going to get a lot of carries today. Like because one thing you can't stop is speed, and he's going to be someone who you're not going to be able to catch him. He's just one of those dynamic players. It's going to be great to watch him play today. I think they're really going to get
that's going that fast, man. I mean, it really is. It's hard to catch up and do anything to someone like that. It's insane.
No.
Evan, let me ask you this. I know we're still waiting on the inactives list, but we know Achan's
Robbie Chosen's back, by the way. Can you believe
he is? Yes, they signed to the practice squad, and then they elevated him back up.
Look,
the Dolphins are 13.5-point favorites in today's game, FinStanza. Do you think that's a little rich? Or do you think that's fair?
Well, I think 13.5 is a lot of points.
You think it's rich?
I don't think it is. It's not what it's a lot of points for a spread, but I think for the actual game itself, I don't know if Bobby, you heard the end of my show with Manny, what my prediction was.
No.
It's they should they're gonna my prediction is triple the spread.
Okay, so just wait because we're gonna get the predictions right before you leave, obviously.
The one thing I would like to do before I go in about 20 minutes is I have a bunch of recaps. I know what's going on in the NFL. I'd love to go over the NFL.
We can do that right now.
Yeah, but by the way, for the people who are going to be out, we know that Hunt's going to be out. We know that we got rid of Kelvin Joseph, but I think who else are we really going to be out this week? I think Brooks is going to be out. Ahmed's going to be out. I don't know if I doubt Craycraft is back yet. But the rest should be there. There's no specific injury.
River Craycraft is back today, I think.
He's back today, I think.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Okay, there you go. Brett just right. Claypool is out. Craycraft is in. Barrows should be inactive.
But I'm not worried that's the case. But I'll tell you what my number one concern is. It's actually not the offensive line today.
Yeah.
What was most concerning for me, and it's my biggest disappointment, which was our biggest disappointment last year. In the last couple of games, Ingold has done his best, but Smythe has been an awful blocker.
Yeah,
that Tyreek fumble should never have happened. But the reason why it actually happened was that Durham Smythe missed his block on McDuffie. Like he absolutely poo-pooed that. Like his blocking capabilities have been awful.
Yeah, we don't have a good block.
Yeah, guys, just wait one sec while you guys talk.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the thing is that the one thing that this offense. Oh, I mean, obviously the other things, but one thing that stands out to me that this offense is missing is a blocking tight end. And we just don't have it. And it really does impact the wide receiver screen game. I really don't know Durham hasn't really been impactful at all in this offense. He hasn't really been doing anything positive recently. And if he is, I'm completely missing it. It's coming at times where it's not very important. And that just sucks because we just gave him a contract, and now it's this massive letdown. So
he's been disappointing.
Yeah, it's been really disappointing. And I'm hoping that in the offseason that's something that is addressed because, dude, I mean, if we had a blocking tight end on this team, I know they wanted to get Sam Laporta. If we had someone like that,
or Luke Musgrave or
someone like that, it would have been crazy. It really,
or Darnell Washington.
Yeah, even him, dude. Even him.
Cam Smith. Woo. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, it's playing.
Can't believe it.
I'm not going there. No, but let's do this quick. Let's go through the games for the week, and then we'll get to keys of the game, and then I want to get Evans.
Yeah, because what I might do just for a few minutes is after we do the keys of the game and the stuff, I might just step away and see if my kid's okay, and I might come back for a few more minutes. I won't bounce out just yet.
Oh, you're good, brother. All right, so let's go like this here. I got it here in front of me. I don't got it. Okay, first of all, like I said, every game, Dolphin fans should be paying attention to some of these games this week and going forward, especially with seeding. We know right now, we wanted Baltimore to lose. At least I did. What did I do? Sorry, Cam Smith. I know. But anyway, we wanted the Bengals to win on Thursday night, because we wanted Baltimore to kind of fall down. But Bengals dropped it. Baltimore won. Sucks for Cincinnati. Joe Burrow is out for the year. That's bad luck, dude. They were moving on up and done. Knock on wood for us. Today we got the Cowboys traveling to Carolina. FinStanza, I'll start with you if you're okay with that. You let me know.
Sure.
Okay. Does Carolina pull off the upset?
Not a chance.
Not a chance. All right. I have Cowboys as well. Neil?
No, it's Cowboys.
All right.
Dak is actually playing MVP caliber football. I'm shocked to say it right now.
Yeah, he is, dude. He is. There's no doubt. So next game is the 6-3. This would be a big one. 6-3 Pittsburgh Steelers versus the 6-3 Cleveland. Yes, what's it? The 6-3 Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson out for the year. Still two very strong defenses. This is a game to watch for Miami. Evan, how does it play out, and how would you feel more comfortable as a Dolphins fan with which team loses?
If you recall, on a lot of the mock drafts, there was one player, even though he hasn't played well in the times he's come in, there was one quarterback in the 7th round that I would have taken as just a flyer in the 7th round over Ryan Hayes, and that was Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I think that they're going to go to Kareem Hunt a lot. I think they're going to go to Jerome Ford a lot. It is in Cleveland. That defense has been playing phenomenally well, and the Cleveland Browns are going to pick up that football game today. I'm telling you this right now.
Ooh, damn. Neil, what's going to happen, man?
This was a really hard one for me as I was thinking about it, going back and forth all week on this game. I just don't see the Steelers losing that game, man. I think it's going to be closer than a lot of people think. I think Evan's right on the money that the running game for the Browns is going to be what keeps it close. But I think when push comes to shove, the Steelers are going to win that game, dude. I don't see DTR. I've seen that guy play. I mean, PJ Walker.
He's very focused, very smart guy.
PJ Walker could come in halfway through that game if DTR isn't doing very well. So and PJ Walker's trash too. So I just think that it's going to be the Steelers.
I'm with you. I got Pittsburgh as well over Cleveland.
When
today.
I'm right, you'll apologize to me later.
I want to see. I want to see the Steelers lose. Trust me, but I don't feel it.
But if the Steelers are playing at home, it's a different thing. I think this defense is going to go. I think Myles Garrett is going to. I don't trust Kenny Pickett. I have a feeling that I think whoever had the home field advantage today made the big difference for me.
All right, we got the next one is NFC North fight. You got the Chicago Bears going to Detroit. Neil, is there an upset brewing in Detroit?
No chance. The Browns are tanking for Caleb Williams right now, and you're going to see the Lions win that game comfortably because that's what the Browns. That's what the Bears want. The Bears want to lose this game, and they're going to lose this game.
I'm with you. I got the Lions here. I think FinStanza has the Lions as well. I'm pretty sure he does.
Yes, for sure.
I just want to read this. This is my mother, guys. She's been trying to come up with some jingles for the shows and everything. Tua, Waddle, and Hill are in this mix. The skills and agility, the winning fix. I predict with their unity and talent, they find shall prevail and perhaps be writing a dynamic tale. All right, everybody, round of applause for Tammy from Miami. Mom FinSock. All right, so now we got the Cardinals versus the Texans. Hey, Texans in Houston there, 5-4, doing very well. CJ Stroud, man. I mean, this guy could be possibly a MVP up there in that kind of type. The way he's been playing, I don't think he's thrown an interception yet. FinStanza.
Who's that?
Is that Strode? Yeah, Stroud. Who? He's thrown 2 now. All right, Houston. Do they get the win over Arizona?
Nope. Kyler Murray. If you saw him last week for being away for a week with that injury, I think that the Houston Texans are a little too confident right now. And this is my upset special of the week. Kyler Murray is going to teach CJ Stroud a few little things today. And then Arizona Cardinals are going to be the upset special of the week.
Whoa, there's the upset. Neil, you're shaking your head, man. Tell him why he's wrong.
D'Amico Ryans is really doing a great job on that team. I saw them play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers live in Houston. I went there. 30 seconds left in the game. That team had no quit, and they took the ball all the way down to the field, and they won that freaking game, which was nuts. I can't believe it. That team is playing with a lot of confidence, which I think is not a negative for them. I think that confidence allows them to do things that many teams don't expect them to do. They've got a good quarterback at the helm who can become great. And, Nico Collins and Noah Brown are good. And Dalton Schultz has actually been pretty impactful for them. And I just don't see that Cardinals defense stopping them. That's why I think the Texans are going to win this game. It'll probably be close because I agree. Kyler Murray does change the Cardinals offense a little bit. But I think Houston's defense is really talented. They're a lot more talented than people think. And especially on that D line, they get pressure. And so I think that Houston's going to win that game.
Bobby, can you pull up the inactives?
Yeah, I'm going to now.
Scotty just brought it. I can't access it from my phone because I'll lose you.
Scotty, what's up, my man? Scotty in the house. Color commentary, a Finn's tailgate, Cat for life. Everybody here. Here we go. Brett coming in the clutch here. Brett says Barrios, Skylar Thompson, Jeff Wilson, Robert Jones, Hunt, Durham Smythe, and Chase Claypool inactive for today's game.
So you're going to see. I think you're going to see a little bit of Tanner Connor and Julian Hill, a little bit of Tanner Connor. Maybe he'll get one of his 16 touchdowns that Hank predicted.
Brett goes, Smythe can't miss a block when he's on the bench. That's true. That's true.
But Bobby, maybe Tanner Connor will get one of his first 16 touchdowns.
That's right. This is the run.
What do you guys feel about Jeff Wilson being the inactive over Savon Ahmed?
Just tells you right there. I mean, it tells you.
I don't think it's the type of running game they want. I think they want speed. They don't want bruising.
I don't like Savon Ahmed.
I can't stand him. I cannot stand him. If they go to him, unless it's a 4-minute offense over Devon Achane or Raheem Mostert, I will be very, very upset. And no more slants, Mr. McDaniel. No more slants down the field, unless it's to Achane. Like I don't want to see what you threw to Tyreek once today. I don't want to see it once.
Yeah. Let's see here. Wilson lost his job. The Devo Samuel. Yep. So I agree. I think the Texans win this game. I understand Kyler Murray.
You're both wrong, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'm not big on Kyler. I think Texans get this done. They got 6-4. I would like the Texans to fall because, again, I just any AFC team that's close to I want them to drop off. But here's my upset. I got the Titans beating the Jaguars today. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
I'm not wrong?
You're not
Talk
wrong.
to me, brother. Talk to me.
This is it, man. I think that the Jaguars have been something's going on with that offense. I have no idea what it is, but they just are not putting up points. And the Titans have that kind of game where they're just going to slow it down, in this game. Like they're just going to run the ball, they're going to speed the game up. But I mean, they're just going to be, running the ball down the line.
Bobby, I'll be back, okay?
And Spears.
Okay.
Like Will Levis, I know that he didn't play very well last week, but he is capable of taking advantage of a defense and taking advantage of what the defense gives him. So I do think the Titans are going to win this game. I really do. The Jags have a tendency to play down to their opponents too. I mean, I've never seen the Jags start fast in any game this season. So the Titans are going to have their opportunities. So I just don't have a lot. The spread right now is 6.5. I think that's a lot of points for the Jags. I think that's too much. I definitely would have bet Titans with the points for sure on this game.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm rolling with the Titans. Again, this is my upset pick. I think the Titans roll into the Jacksonville and they roll over the Jaguars. I'm not going to say they're going to blow them out, not like that, but I think Derrick Henry and company, they're going to take it to divisional.